Hey, what's up, guys? And welcome back. So, I know what you're thinking, 2 Call of Duty videos in a row, but this game is literally brand new, and while the other Call of Duty game was fresh on my mind, and this one is fresh off the presses, I kind of want to see what this game's all about, so I've been playing it for the last week, and I kind of want to go over my first week summary, I guess, and we're going to go over the 3 different game modes and kind of just get my perspective on it. So let's hop in. So, normally I'm not really much of a campaign player when it comes to Call of Duty. I don't really play a whole lot of the story modes for these, but I really do like this one a lot. I played the original Call of Duty 4 campaign, and I was really wondering if this was going to be just like a remake of that one, or if it was going to be its own thing. And from what I can understand, it seems like it's its own thing, which is always cool. At least it's not just like you playing the same old stuff that you've already played before. So this was really actually kind of refreshing because it's really like detailed, and there's a lot of cool like stuff that you can look at as you run through, and like it really goes over the way that the game is like played, and the mechanics are really come into play and stuff. So I really like it so far. I've played like 6 or 7 missions at this point through week 1, and it just really is pretty cool. Like the first mission, you call in this airstrike on this compound, and that was a really cool moment. And then throughout the second mission, if I'm not mistaken, it's the second one, you're like sneaking through this entire area, and you're using like fuel or like oil filters on cars and like little motorcycles and stuff to use as a silencer for your pistol, and you're like running through and taking out guys and sneaking your way through the map, and your goal is to like blow up some helicopters and stuff, and I just kind of like cause chaos for the people who are, you know, like invading like the country that you're in and stuff, and like trying to take over. So that was really cool. I really did like that a lot. The stealth aspect on that one was really cool. And yeah, it's very unique, and I really like some of the characters. Obviously, Captain Price returns in this one, and that was a huge deal for a lot of people because people really like Captain Price for some reason. But I'm having a lot of fun with it. But that's pretty much all I have to say. If I was gonna give each of these little like different modes a score, I guess I would definitely say that the campaign so far is like either a 7 or an 8, and I mean, it really is like really cool, and there's a lot to it, so I'm looking forward to finishing that. Moving over to the multiplayer, this is actually kind of where I have sort of mixed opinions, I guess, because although this game is really fun, and I do like a lot of the mechanics on this game, like the weapon customization is really good, and I like that you can like unlock new operators and stuff like that, and they don't actually have, you know, unique abilities or anything like that. I really didn't like that about Call of Duty Black Ops or any of those that added like characters that have unique like perks or anything. Like, I don't like that. These are just purely aesthetic characters, and you can just, you know, pick those if that's who you want to look like and play as. But my biggest gripe with this game is I feel like they changed too much at one time. Like, I feel like, so the normal map layout for a lot of Call of Duty maps is like a 3-lane map where you have, you know, your middle, right, and left, and, you know, it's pretty standard. If you've played any of the older Call of Duties, you'll kind of know what I'm talking about. Like, there's, you know, it's just a little bit more, you know, linear, I guess, but whereas in this one, they bumped up the team size from 6 to 10 in normal game modes, which makes it to where there's, you know, a little bit more hectic like gameplay there, just because there's more people on the map, and then the maps are a little bit bigger, which is fine because you need to fill the void if you're going to have more players. But there's no more 3-lane, like it's kind of just an open map, and there's a lot of like buildings and stuff on most of the maps, so you can kind of just run through the map any way you want, and there's a lot to worry about as you're running through, because you gotta like check corners and stuff like that if you really want to like run around. And that's kind of like my gripe with the game, is I'm more of like a run and gun kind of game like play style, I guess, whereas if you're a camper and you like really do like to sit in one place and like hold it down, you're going to be a lot safer, and you're probably going to get rewarded a little bit more as long as you can, you know, aim and kill the people who are coming into your zone. But as a person who runs around a lot and tries to shoot and like just wants to get around the map and stuff and travel as they like play, it really shuts me down because the kill time in this game is a lot lower. You die from like 3 or 4 shots, and it's absolutely like insanity pretty much. Like you die really quick. If you're running out in the open and there's no cover or anything like that, you're pretty much guaranteed to get killed. Like it's very hectic. Like it's a lot more hectic than the old games. And that's not to say it's bad, it's just I don't like that the game basically forces me into playing a more reserved style, I guess. That's not what I like look for when I play Call of Duty, really. I like to do the run and gun play style. But I mean, it's just kind of like whatever at this point. Like I like it, but I just have to adapt to really like play well in a match, whereas I normally just do whatever I feel like doing in a regular game. So I don't know. It's really up in the air. They did add the new Ground War game mode. I know it's not in the video right now, but there is the Ground War game mode, which is basically more or less like Battlefield, where it's a bigger open map and there's 5 different points that you need to hold on the map. And then it's just a lot more open, and you can kind of run around and use vehicles. Like there's ATVs and tanks and APCs, and there's like a helicopter that you can use. I guess it's a little bit cooler if you're into the more open gameplay, but I don't know, it's not really for me, I guess. Like there's a lot more players in it, and it is kind of cool, especially if you want to like snipe or something. It would definitely be really like good to learn how to like snipe, I guess, especially from far distances, but not really my cup of tea. So I mainly stick to normal game modes that have smaller maps in them, I guess, which they're not very small either way. But so I don't know. The big gripe that I have so far is that there's not a whole lot of maps out. There's like 4 maps for the regular game modes, and then the Ground War map I think has 1 or 2 maps, and then one of the other game modes, there's a game mode called Gunfight, which is actually really cool. It's like a 2v2 mode where you and a friend can like queue up and go against 2 other players and stuff, and it gives you a random weapon each time. I really do like that game mode a lot, but even then, that game mode only has like 3 or 4 maps to it, and it just seems like you're kind of playing the same map over and over again because of that. And I mean, I don't know, that's kind of a gripe, but from what I understand, the game is supposed to be getting frequent free DLCs. They're not doing a season pass or anything with this one, which is really cool. I like that idea a lot. So they're going to be adding new maps, and they're supposed to be bringing back older maps from different Call of Duty games to the game. And I think that'll really help out, at least for me, with the whole like not 3-lane map system where like I'm getting destroyed just because I want to run around the map and play instead. I feel like if they bring back older maps like that, I'll be able to play it like it's an older Call of Duty, just with newer, mechanics, I guess. Hopefully. But, I don't know. That's just me. And I guess if I was going to give the multiplayer itself sort of like a score, I'd probably give it like a 5. Like, it's pretty... I don't want to say it's average, because I do like a lot of aspects of it, but there's other aspects that they changed a lot, and it kind of like brings the gameplay back down a bit for me. Like, I don't know, just a 5. Last but not least, we're moving over to the Spec Ops game mode. This is definitely not what I was expecting it to be. I was more expecting sort of like the Spec Ops missions from like Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare 3. I can't remember which one had those, but those were more like mission-based, like, hey, do the objective sort of things, and I liked those a lot. Whereas this is more or less just like a glorified horde mode kind of deal, where you take out waves of enemies, and then after the couple waves, it gives you a couple care packages that give you some equipment or whatever, and you can find weapons that are kind of scattered around the map to kind of help defend off against the enemies that are coming towards you. Kind of basic, really. Not really what I was expecting it to be, which this is only the first Spec Ops that I'm showing you, and it's really the only one that I've played, but you can only do so much in a week's time. if I could play any of the other ones at the moment, I don't know if you have to beat this first one before you can move on, or like what the deal is there exactly. But this just really wasn't what I was expecting it to be. I guess it would be kind of fun here and there to play just as like a time killer, or like if you're just looking for something different besides the multiplayer to play with your friends. But I couldn't really see myself playing it all the time or anything like that. So, oh well. If I had to give this a rating, I don't know, maybe like a 3 or a 4. Like, it's pretty bland, but oh well. So, as a whole, I would have to say that this is a really nice Call of Duty. I do like it a lot, and I'm really enjoying myself playing the multiplayer and unlocking the new guns and stuff. And there's a lot to like work towards, and they even have some of the daily challenges and stuff that they I was actually talking about in the World War II video that I really liked. So there's at least a little bit to work for each day, and you can unlock different calling cards and emblems and all kinds of stuff like that and everything. But I don't know. There's just a couple of things that kind of irk me, and I mean, hopefully they'll get kind of ironed out here and there. And they're supposed to be adding, free DLC, as I said. So hopefully those kind of keep everybody hooked and make it more interesting and worth playing. So I don't know. That's pretty much it. I'd have to give the game overall maybe like a 6 out of 10, a little above average. Like, I do like it, and it's probably going to hold me over for a good little bit, but I mean, I don't know. Until the next big thing comes along, I mean, it's there, and I can play it. So, I would say even at this point, if they do start adding free DLCs to the game, I wouldn't be in too big of a hurry to buy this game. It does play really well, and like the performance is good. I don't know if I've talked about that at all, but it plays like really well. So I don't know. If you want to, just wait until some of the new DLCs come out, or they iron out some of the bugs and fix some of the stuff that might be already kind of like bothering some people, and this and that, and then you'll probably have a better experience when you buy it later, just because most of the problems will be fixed, hopefully. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.